and as president of the Harmony Grove Student Council, I would like to thank y'all for joining us tonight. This is an exciting time for our community. We are experiencing growth like never before. Haskell is the place where the people of Saline County are moving to. We hope this mayoral debate serves the community well and your concerns are addressed tonight. Now, I ask Collins Melton to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Make sure somebody wasn't just sing.
Good evening. I'm Macy Jones, and it is my pleasure to introduce to you the four mayoral candidates. I'll be introducing them in alphabetical order. Lori Blackburn. Ms. Blackburn is a wife, mother, and small business owner, as well as criminal justice and psychology student at UALR. She chose to move her family to Haskell several years ago and finds it to be her home. She believes success in any capacity requires communication, cooperation, and mutual respect, and that is what will make her a great mayor. Rory Carman. Mr. Carman has lived in this community for almost 50 years with his wife, Evelyn. He has been a part of local politics for many years, including serving on the Harmony Grove School Board for 15 years. Mr. Carman believes his years of experience in development and maintenance will make him successful as mayor of Haskell. Mary Beth Kelloms. Ms. Kelloms has been married to her husband, Andy, for 28 years. They have 2 children. She is a local businesswoman. Her desire to become mayor is founded on her faith, and she believes her leadership, business sense, and enthusiasm will help her as mayor. Janie Lyman. Incumbent Lyman became the first female mayor of Haskell in 2014. Her family has been in the community for 8 generations. Ms. Lyman served on the city council before being elected as mayor. She believes her dedication, drive, and commitment to the city of Haskell makes her the best candidate for mayor.
Questions have been submitted by citizens in the community. Questions have been submitted by citizens in the community, and each candidate will receive time and opportunity to explain their answers. After the final question, candidates will have 3 minutes to make closing remarks. At this time, each candidate will be allowed 2 minutes to introduce themselves and explain their goals. Let's begin. I would like to welcome.
I'm Roy Carman. I graduated from Harmony Grove School. I've lived here in the community about 65 years. And I've done a lot of volunteer work around for the school, for the city. And I've done a lot of work in my past when I retired with an engineering firm. I was overseer building water tanks. I was overseeing the north sewer plant for Haskell. I was overseeing the rehab job at Harmony Grove subdivision. And I put in a lot of water mains down the southern part of the state that I was over. And I decided I wanted to run for mayor.
First, like to extend thanks to Mr. Bennett and Mrs. Toller and the kids for allowing us this opportunity to answer some questions that everyone has, as well as it's an educational opportunity for our children. My name is Lori Blackburn. Some of you know me as Tim's mom, some of you know me as LSU's wife, and some of you don't know me at all. My brother and I were raised by our father, who was career military. He spent 32 years active duty Army. We were raised all over the world. He was a CID agent and later a polygraph examiner. So, in short, my life was Meet the Fockers, not movie style. I've had 3 jobs in 27 years, 2 as a retail manager and one working with my husband in his lawn care business. I'm enrolled at the University of Little Rock. I am full-time. This is my first semester as full-time. I'm struggling. I am very organized, I'm detail-oriented, and I know how to make things happen on a budget. I believe that in order to get respect, you have to give it. I wouldn't ask anyone working with me to do anything that I was not willing to do myself. I believe that my expectation of those who work with me share the same values and take pride in their work. When you are a leader, it is important to be able to empower people to make good decisions and for you to trust that they will represent you in the same manner in which you represent yourself.
I don't usually need a microphone because I talk loud. Can you hear me? Not at all.
No.
I'm not taller. Can you hear me at all?
She's wearing high heels too.
Look closer. Okay. My name is Janie Lyman. I'm the current mayor. I was born and raised here in Haskell. Graduated from Harvard Grove School, as did most of my family, for generations back. I had the first opportunity to become a part of the city government when I was on the city council for 3 years, a position where I learned the ins and outs and the procedures for the city council, and they're very important. I was then hired to be the recording treasurer to fill out Ms. Rosemary. She retired from that position, and then I was reelected for that position of recording treasurer for 7 years, where I learned a great deal about budgets and planning and entering water payments, whatever the need might be. That's what we all work together, and that's what I did. Then I had the opportunity to run for mayor 4 years ago. Thought a lot about it, prayed a lot about it, talked a lot about it, and decided that I really did want to do that. So becoming mayor, I stepped into a different world, a different realm, which led me to learn a lot more about the city than I had known in other positions. I know now more about a sewer plant than most of you would ever wish to know. I know about water lines and water line breaks and all of the things that can go wrong. I have a meeting every morning with the Water Sewer Street Department to get their agenda for the day, and we work together to make things happen on as timely a basis as we can. I certainly appreciate all of you being here tonight, and thank you for supporting the community.
All right, can everybody hear me? Yes? Okay. Thank you. All right, good evening, everyone. Thank you to the superintendent, the school board, teachers, student council, and residents of Haskell for allowing us to use this facility to be a part of this political process that we hold dear. My name is Beth Kelloms, and I'm 47 years old. I have lived in Haskell for 25 years, and I've been married to Andy for 28 years. We have 2 adult children who have both graduated from Harmony Grove, gone through kindergarten through 12th grade. My son Zach is 24 years old, who is a civil engineer and is currently serving as a lieutenant in the U.S. Air Force. And my daughter Alex, 18 years old, who just graduated from Harmony Grove last year. She is currently working in the private sector. I am a small business owner of M&A Storage and the Strip Mall here in Haskell. I have a bachelor's degree in organizational management from John Brown University, and I'm running for mayor because the citizens deserve better. Better in the form of communication, transparency, accountability. Our infrastructure is in need of major repair, even replacement. The Frustrations have been heard, and I am answering the call to do just that. The concerns are overwhelming and must be managed, and options must be laid out. I have the education, the business sense, the willingness to put forth the effort to do the job the way it was intended to do. And that is to be an ambassador for our close-knit community. Each complaint is an opportunity to make Haskell great again, to ensure the citizens' interests are being put forth above all else. We can do better. Thank you.
Yes. Okay, Mr. Carman, with our rapidly growing community, what is your vision and plan to improve or develop our city parks and recreation department to better serve the youth in the Haskell community? For example, adding more youth activities, facility upgrades, and addition of a parks director to coordinate activities and oversee facilities usage.
At one time, we had a park committee. I would bring back the committee, work with them to get a long-range plan to correct the product markets we have, excuse me, this is nervous. And look forward to expand. The voters of Haskell approved the sales tax for the park. I believe that has not been utilized. We need to use that dedicated tax money along with applying for a grant so we can do more for our park. Also, I'd have the police patrol more down there to protect what we do have.
Nothing disrupts life more than the loss of water. Haskell is not alone. Water infrastructure problems are a nationwide problem. I think you may answer number 2. I apologize. Okay. Well, I skipped ahead. Always number 2. Okay. I know Janie has initiated some improvements with the addition of the basketball court and picnic tables, which I think will be a good addition to the park. I took a trip out to the park last week to observe what condition it was in. It doesn't seem like it's being well maintained. There are weeds that need to be weed-eated. There are trees growing through the dugouts. It looks like there's a room for improvement with the batting cages. And I know that HYC is working on doing some of these things, but we need to focus on the appearance of the park. The park is for everyone. It's for those of you who want to ride your bicycles, it's for our children to play, and it just doesn't appear, it doesn't have the appearance that I would like to see it have. We need to keep our kids interested in sports, and if we can keep our ball field up to par, we might get it certified, and we can invite kids to play here in our city. And we can benefit in the way that our children don't have to leave our community and go play sports for other communities.
Tom?
I do want to mention first that we do have a parks committee. They meet every quarter at the city of Haskell, and we discuss things that are going on at the ballpark or things that need to be done for the ballpark. I did apply for a 50-50 matching grant. The total cost is $38,000, and we'll pay half, and then we'll get grant money for that to install the half-court basketball, which is being done now because of all the rain. It was delayed with the asphalt work, but they have put the asphalt down there, and we'll be putting the basketball goals in. which later on will become benches and sidewalk, etc. We did have to tear down the existing old pavilion, so we do have plans for a new pavilion with picnic tables as they once were, and even grills. A long time ago they had grills. And to have some other playground equipment there at the pavilion, so when you have an event at the community center that involves a family, that you can go out into the pavilion, the children can play.
It's kind of odd to stand here like, excuse me, so I don't fall over. Okay. Tell me when I'm starting. Ready? That's all I do. This question is one that is close to my heart, as some may remember that I've helped organize the Future Cardinal football program. Parks are very important to me and essential to the growth in our city. I will work hand in hand with the current organizations that use the facilities, which is the Future Cardinal organization and also Haskell Youth Club. The city currently pays for the power, the water, the trash pickup, and occasional mowing when needed or requested. However, these two clubs who are under contract are the ones who do the actual maintenance of the facility. The Parks and Rec Committee with the city oversee the ongoings of the park. I will work to improve the facility, and if budgeted, it was also asked about a parks director, but if it would be allowed, and as far as the budget was concerned, I would definitely consider that. However, that is definitely down the road. It's definitely about managing our resources. Thank you.
Mr. Carman, what can be done to upgrade water systems? We have had far too many water main breaks lately. How would you work to fix this problem?
This system was put in place more than 50 years ago. Excuse me. It's going to take some time, money, and a good plan to get it replaced. First, I would hire an engineer to help us with a plan to install valves in the right locations, so when we have a break, it would limit the number of people affected. Second, we put together a plan to replace the water mains, work within the budget that we have. This may take time, but we can make it work.
You're gonna feel like you've heard this already. Nothing disrupts life more than the loss of water, and Haskell's not alone. Water infrastructure problems are a nationwide problem. I know Janie has initiated some replacement of valves, and that will certainly help the amount of people affected when we do experience a break. We need to create a plan and begin replacing the old pipes. If we do it a section at a time and do it in an organized manner, we can reduce the amount of time people will be without water. Forward progress is what we are looking for with regard to the water issue. Unfortunately, we cannot predict where or when a break will occur, but when we approach the repair with long-term goals in mind, when it breaks, we need to take advantage of the opportunity and be prepared to replace and not patch.
Well, I could pretty well say ditto to what they said, since we were all at the same council meeting when I addressed the issue to the council. And yes, our plan that was presented is now, I have now instructed our water sewer department, when they have a line break, to put in a much larger piece of the pipe to steadily get these replaced. And as they have said, this is a very costly endeavor, and it will take some time to do. And we have actually, the council authorized the purchase of 20 valves to shut off the water so that many people would not be affected at one time. We will certainly, in the guidelines of our budget, and I will seek grants. I've approached some people, I haven't had any luck with it, But grant money is gonna be the guiding factor in us having the monies to fix this old infrastructure. We're all aware of it, it's been here for way too long.
I will work diligently to get grants and upgrade the water system. I will come alongside with the head of the water department and to ensure that there are short-term and long-term goals in place. However, the most important is there must be transparency with the public. Communication with the residents is essential because it will not happen overnight. It's all about the budget and what we can afford, but we should go and research the grants and try to apply those, so thank you.
If elected, how would you, alongside the police department, help to better the traffic before and after school for those living around the school?
You can go to any school in the county and see volunteers. Many times parents work the crosswalks. I've volunteered for 2 years. I've worked with the school district and parents to provide training and utilize volunteers at the crosswalks. This will help free up our officers to move the traffic in and out of the school better. I would also work with the school officials to make sure we have the best plan to move the traffic out.
One idea is to consider routing the traffic one way. If we have everyone traveling in the same direction, it will improve the flow of traffic before and after school. I have some ideas which I will share with the school board, and I'm certain that we can all work together to find the best possible resolution for the traffic issue. One of the parents suggested to me that we get an aerial picture of the school, and we can place that on the back of the placards with the children's names on them for the parents and the grandparents who are picking their kids up after school. I think that's a great idea. It's at least a start. And everyone just needs to be aware of the traffic procedure. I think that's where the problem's coming in, is we're all doing something else. There's too many exits coming out of the school, and we need to consider routing the high schoolers around and making them follow the bus route. I know we need to get them out early. They're all driving. It's kind of scary. But thank you.
First of all, the school traffic is controlled by the school. Our job at the city is to provide policemen to help direct the traffic. We do not own the streets going into the school nor coming out of the school. It is definitely their plan. We do our best to meet those needs. I have had several conversations with Superintendent Bennett over such things as the traffic. That it is not our call. We cannot do anything about that. However, in 2017, I did have an opportunity to get some Arkansas Highway Department funds to widen Tate Road, to have a better in and out on that side of the section, since Tate Road is the city's street. After much discussion and much planning and talking with Mr. Bennett and several people at the school, time and time again, to make sure that this was a solution that would work best for the city, it was determined that it was not in the best interest of the city to continue with those plans.
I look at heavy school traffic as a positive problem, because that's a sign that we're growing leaps and bounds. Yes, I'm currently familiar with the Superintendent Keith Bennett and the administration. Of course, I will work diligently with him if needed and warranted to ensure a safe and less restricting flow of traffic. And also, I'd like to point out too that my husband and I have already offered to donate part of our property to widen the road beside the school if those options were available to work with. So, thank you.
In the past, we have had issues enforcing code. Whether it's at the city level or pushback from a judge or court, will you enforce code regardless of pushback? How do you plan to do so?
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
The mayor is over the police department, and when I am mayor, they will do their job. That includes code enforcement, and we may look at some other avenues to take care of that problem.
Appearance is personally important to me and is a top priority. Appearance is a direct reflection of our city. When it is not maintained, it reflects poorly on all of us. More time will be spent on assessing violations and enforcing code will be strict. While I realize that there are certain laws and guidelines we must follow, I will not stop and know, and I'm not afraid to push back. Laws are modified every day. My position will be clear, and it is necessary to keep bringing the same issue before the courts until a resolution is reached. Then I'm willing to spend the time and effort necessary for a favorable outcome. If changes at the court level are what is currently keeping us from succeeding in this area, then we will fight that battle.
Haskell will continue with code enforcement. We do not at present have a code enforcement officer that's what he does. But I, in my plan, would like to hire, as Mayor Airy had, a part-time code enforcement officer to come out and apprise for the situation. Once we're aware of a violation, the procedure is notification with specific violation on the door of the home. The owner has 10 days to comply, or a citation will be issued, which is a $500 citation. We have had instances in the past when we gave a violation, they went to court and the judge dismissed it. We cannot do anything about that. I actually was told to stop citing one person, one individual. When a judge tells me that I cannot proceed with that, I cannot proceed with that at that time, because she dismisses the citation.
Yes, I would enforce the code enforcement. It's the law. There are some restraints that the city may be limited to, but it's about the question of priority. Meaning if it poses a health and safety risk, I take a different approach than most people. First, I find out why the violation is happening in the first place, meaning is there a motor broke, is there been a death in the family, and so forth. The mayor's job is to interact with the parent, with the residents, and help ensure safety, conformity, and have a positive outlook for the community. It's all about the relationship with the public.
Many of you have businesses and personal friendships within the city and within the police department. Is this a conflict of interest? How do you plan to perform your duties without business and personal relationships influencing your actions?
I have no business in Haskell. I have no personal relationship with anyone that would keep me from being mayor.
Can I have the rest of his time? When you live in a small city, you are able to create and maintain relationships that last for generations. It is one of the reasons I love Haskell. Everyone knows everyone, and it has a hometown feel. When you're a resident of a smaller community, there is an increased possibility that someone you maintain a relationship with holds an important position within the city. This is where both willingness and ability to separate personal and business is critical. The job is a job, and my expectation is that the requirements of that job are not only met but exceeded. My standards will apply to everyone, no matter the personal relationship I may share with them. Friendship nor favoritism will not factor into any professional decisions I make, and a true friend would never place me in a position where I had to choose my own moral integrity over their friendship.
I never owned or operated a business. My family or friends have never owned or operated a business. I have a working relationship with the police officers. I like the people at the city, but none of them are my personal friends. And as I told my family when I was elected mayor last time, if you do the crime, you're going to pay the dime. There are no special favors.
I am honored to have a small business in Haskell, and I understand very much the importance of this question. But first, we must realize that in every small town, most everyone has an acquaintance or friend with someone in the police department or school administration, and so forth. However, credibility is very important. It is about honor, character, and integrity. On a positive note, it is beneficial for the mayor to have prior business experience, especially dealing with the city's budget and resources. I stand before you as a person who has respect and humility for the position of mayor. Transparency is crucial. It's about the respect of the office held. Thank you.
As mayor, how do you plan to bring business and growth to Haskell?
Get the streets and utilities in better shape first, so new business would want to locate here. Then get a future development committee to reach out to businesses. However, my priority will be fix our water system, our streets, and code enforcement.
From the perspective of a small business owner, I think we need to grow and support our existing businesses. Deciding on bringing businesses to our city would be something I would want to discuss with members of the community. The need to recognize our strengths and weaknesses as a city would be a necessary first step in deciding which direction we want to go and at what pace. There is no doubt that our city is growing, and growth equals success. And how excited do we all get when we see a new place to eat come into town? Something fresh and new. With business growth comes increased revenue and job opportunities. I think that our schools play a huge role in bringing business to town. Business owners know how important it is to their employees for their children to be able to attend a school where they'll receive a quality education close to home and work.
Haskell has changed incredibly in the last 100 years. One of the things that has developed is we're having more residential, and we do have some businesses, which we appreciate very, very much. I welcome businesses. If you know someone who wants a business, I have been contacted by the hibachi before hibachi came in. We went through the rules, regulations, no problem. They rented that property up there. One of the problems in Haskell is the available property for businesses is very slim. Now, there is a piece of property that is in the town center mix that could have a business there. Most of the property, when you turn off Highway 67 onto 229, the state owns all of the property on the right until you get to the Mount Harmon Missionary Baptist Church sign. They still own a considerable amount of it across the way. We're very limited on where businesses could come. There is still some property that has not been bought by Rhinco down at Vulcan. Anyone who wants a business, I will work with you in every way that I can to make that happen.
As mayor, I will work with the Saline County Economic Development and Metro Plan as well. We must first understand that there are some parameters in order to enhance and make Haskell appealing to new businesses. I do know that several of the parameters are infrastructure, price of land, labor rates, and skilled labor. The Career and Technical Education Center that is on the ballot might possibly be an important step to draw new businesses to our area. I will be very involved in the planning and managing of new growth. Growth must be done correctly and efficiently.
What would you like to see improved within our city? What are your proposals for the city's future?
Improve all utility streets in Haskell. My wife plans to start a ladies auxiliary that will help beautify the city and make it more appealing to future growth. Get a sign on Highway 67 that says, "Welcome to Haskell."
It is no secret that the water issue has to be a top priority, but it is not an overnight fix. I would like to see our city more maintained with regard to the basics of maintaining curbside appeal. As I mentioned earlier, the appearance of our city is very important to me. It is necessary to do more than just mow. We need to mow, weed eat, edge, trim our landscaping, blow the grass off of the street and structures, and do a thorough job of making our city presentable. Our city needs nurturing in the simplest ways. Looking into the future, I can see growth in our sports programs, in our small businesses, and in our schools. I don't want to live in a big city. I want to live in a beautiful city. We have so much potential to grow and at the same time preserve what it is that either brought us here or keeps us here.
Pretty well goes without saying that we all want our streets improved and our infrastructure improved in the city of Haskell. Now, I've heard a lot about the way the parks look and the other mowing. I'm not making an excuse, I'm making a statement. We have 5 people in the water, sewer, streets department that's in charge of doing everything that has to do with those things, as well as any mowing, weeding that is done in the area of the city. It has been raining a lot and we have not always gotten to that, but rather other than hiring someone to mow all of the areas of Haskell, we have no other recourse than to use what we have when we have it. I would like to continue to grow the parks, absolutely. And any developments that you might have, I appreciate it if you'd let us know. The city of Haskell be completed as the police department on its own. I would like to see better use of our webpage.
Time.
First, I'd like to maintain and replace the water system, possibly add some new technology for our meters to be read. Also, more personnel for the police department. Training and equipment is definitely needed. Meaning the vest and body cameras also is what I was talking about. The website must be updated. Code enforcement implementation. Parks must be monitored by cameras and alarm system. Transparency, communication with the residents. Most residents don't even know who their city council member is. Do you? Some of the proposals I would offer is a senior center. I think that's a huge need out here. We have fellowships, Meals on Wheels. That community can come together and help each other instead of going to Benton. We can use buildings that are not being utilized.
Time.
That would be the church. Thank you.
Mr. Carman and Ms. Lyman, As current mayor and city council members, what can you change or improve that you haven't already had the opportunity to do given your current position? If you haven't been able to accomplish these tasks previously, why would it change now?
The council is the legislative branch of the city government. The council's job is to set policies, pass ordinances. The mayor's job is to enforce those policies and ordinances and run the day-to-day operation of the city. As council member, I have done my job setting policies, passing ordinances. As mayor, I will do my job as well and will actually run the day-to-day operation of the city and enforce the policies and ordinances.
As mayor, part of my job is to have an agenda set for each council meeting. At that council meeting, things are on the agenda. I do legwork to make sure that the council members are informed to the best of my ability with the subjects that are on that agenda. So it starts with me presenting that to the council. It is their judgment and their discretion that things are passed or not passed.
Are you going to do anything about the roads? After the most recent road work, they are uneven and worse than they have been.
Number nine.
I assume you're talking about the Highway 229, which is state highway. It's in the control of it. Is that what you're talking about, that up there? Well, the city of Haskell has nothing to do with that. We can't make the state do anything. But I can work with the state to get a relationship with them and hopefully convince them to fix it. Our city streets, I can do something about. I would like to put a plan together and rate every street according to its condition and put together a scheduled layout specific plan for each of our streets.
The roads are top priority. We will have to communicate with the state in order to get the road closer to farmers and rectified. I agree it is terrible and the lines need to be replaced. We have to use our voice and not be taken advantage of because we are considered rural. The inner city roads will be repaired where they will last.
As Mr. Carman said, the state regulates the state highways. We cannot touch them. In fact, we had a meter that broke underneath Highway 229, and we could not go out to repair it until the state showed up to tell us that we could repair it and even designated the hours that we could work on it. But having said that, I have met with Metroplan recently on September the 17th in discussion of state money that would come eligible. It's going to be in 2023 that we get our foot in the door. I was given the assurance that Highway 229 would be one of the state streets that would be overlaid. As far as the other streets we are looking into, my guys have gone out, showed me samples of the worst streets that are in the city. We have plans to do an overlay, but I want you to know that a 4-mile overlay costs upwards of $350,000. So I have applied for another street aid grant.
Some roads need to be widened. An example is Grand Avenue, even Dotson Creek Road that I currently live on. Grants are needed right now in this area. It's huge. We need move forward thinking. We must utilize our city employees on their time management. We need to have short-term and long-term planning. Transparency is again important. Haskell must plan for maintenance and relaying the roads and also coordinate with Sling County. It's about getting the grants.
citizen would like to know the possibility of another exit from Harps onto Highway 229. Would you be willing to move in that direction with the owners of Harps to help with traffic flow and delight?
Yes, and the original plans had one next to the bank. I have a copy of it, but for some reason, certain citizens did not want one. Now, it would cost the city a lot of money to put one in.
I'm always willing to look into any concerns that any resident may have. With regard to Harps and the possibility of another exit on Highway 229, I will certainly look into what options we have, but there are things which we have to consider, such as land ownership, costs, and any red tape, which we may encounter. Two valuable suggestions I have heard would be a possible speed reduction from the Bolero, slowing incoming traffic down during critical hours of travel. We have had quite a few accidents around the hill at Turtle Creek, which should emphasize the need for a lesser speed limit. Also recommended was a no right turn on red at 229 and 67. Any concern of a citizen becomes a concern of our city. As mayor, I can promise you that your issues will be addressed and effort will be made toward resolution. While we cannot guarantee all issues will lead to resolution, I can guarantee that all will be considered.
As Mr. Carman stated, the original plans for Harps was to have an entrance and exit from 229. However, like he also said, they would have to buy property to build that. The bank owned that property there. They would also have to build a regulation bridge over that creek. And after checking the numbers, they found that it was not feasible. They could not secure the land. Therefore, that plan was dropped.
Yes, depending on several options that are laid out, I would entertain the idea. We must research and investigate other options. However, I do have one idea. We could possibly have a turn behind Sonic going towards Minton, which would feed into Harps from behind Harps. That means that would be an exit on the top of the hill, so you could see both ways. It would most likely help the congestion. There's definitely too many drives in and out, but I believe it was just because it was pieced together like that because of the businesses that were moving in at the time. So it is a cluster. But that's one possible option. However, it really depends on the residents, the landowners that's around. So thank you.
What experience do you have with community service in our community and school, and please give examples?
I was volunteer fire chief for 21 years. During that time, we built the first fire station, restored old trucks, outfitted them. My last annual budget was $17,000. I was on the school board for 15 years. We did a lot of growing during that time. I volunteered under village once with police. I worked on my days off for $5 an hour, running heavy equipment, putting water lines, and ran the road grader for the city. I was on the planning commission for several years under Mayor Jeff Perry. Since I retired from the city, I have been called out to locate water lines, shut off valves, so forth. I volunteered at the crosswalk for 2 years. I've attended council meetings for almost 40 years, off and on. And I helped build the present city hall.
Danny and I took a lot of pride in what we did. Several times, along with a few friends and neighbors, you guys are here, We have made improvements around the pond and Timberlake, cleaning up the banks and posting signs enforcing a no littering policy. We've walked our neighborhood and picked up unwanted newspapers and trash. We have been very involved with the music program on Harmony Grove since we moved here in 2011. We purchased necessities, provided meals, volunteered at fundraisers, and chaperoned trips. Most importantly, we developed friendships with other parents and students and made memories that will always be treasured. I also served as Band Booster Secretary for the school year 2016 to 2018.
My volunteer hours mainly consisted of when I was a member of the Ladies Suburban Club in Haskell. We redid the triangle there at Highway 229 and Grand. It was asphalt with grass and broken beer bottles in it. Jeff Aaron helped us get the state to let us do that, and so we made that a very nice place. Got a little overgrown now, but another thing in the community center, if you had an opportunity to go to the community center, we kind of an event. When the suburban ladies got a hold of it, it didn't even have a kitchen in it. And we worked and we begged for money and we all put it together, and it now has a kitchen in it. I'm also been involved as being mayor with Mayor's Youth Advisory Council, which has been a great pleasure to meet all these fine young people, and I have been known to go to nursing homes and to food bank drives, which I enjoy very much.
I have been involved and had involvement with the Haskell Youth Club, also the Future Cardinal Football. I've been part of the Real Deal, which is abstinence from drugs, sex, and alcohol, which is targeted to 8th graders here at Harmony Grove and throughout the Sloan County. Both my kids have attended kindergarten through 12th grade and both graduated from Harmony Grove, so I've been a very active parent in their schooling and their extracurricular activities throughout. Also, I have participated in the Sloan County Cleanup Days, recycling and so forth, with Brian Co. and Republic Services. M&A Storage, my business, and other businesses in our strip mall have put on some events during Halloween before. Now that is not to mention all of the church activities that I've been involved with. So. But I think it's crucial that we have community service, each one of us. If we could all volunteer to do a little bit within our city, it would be.
If elected, what do you expect your relationship to be with the school district, like care of roads connecting to the school, communication with administration, etc.?
I expect to have a good relationship with the school, everyone at the school. The streets in the city will be maintained, and I have a good relationship with the maintenance supervisor of the school.
When considering where to live and raise children, one of the critical deciding factors is schools. Harmony Grove Schools is one of Haskell's biggest strengths. I have an established relationship with many of the faculty and staff and will continue to support our schools going forward, either as a member of the community or mayor. As mayor, I will work closely with the school district and the school board with regard to what is best for our students and their families. Expect nothing less than having an open communication between myself and school administrators.
I had a very close relationship with Superintendent Danny Henry before he left, more on a personal basis. But I have a very good working relationship with him too. I think the man is going to work out very well for you. He's a very caring person. We've had many conferences about many subjects that involve the city and the school. We will always help the school to the best of our ability. Even though our city equipment is not loaned out to anyone, anytime that we can help. In fact, we just went out today, they had some major potholes. The city has some asphalt left over, we went out and did that. We'll always work with that school, and we're very proud of the city of Haskell because of your tax dollars, your children mission tax dollars. We now provided 100% the city of Haskell with a school resource officer that is at the school every day at no cost to the school, and we're just thankful that we did that to where we can provide that service to the school.
The relationship between the school district and the city is vital. We can and will work hand in hand as needed. However, the school district is and has its own internal workings. If and when asked to participate, I will be more than willing to work with the school district.
Do you feel like you, as mayor and city council, will try to change boundary lines and look to annex any land considered to be thin?
I believe we must improve our water, wastewater, and streets within the city before we take any more in. If we have a developer that wants to annex into the city to take advantage of our utilities, then let the developer pay for it, not the citizens.
There is a lot of territory that is not annexed. I would work with the council to see what options exist with annexation, consider the pros and cons, and make the decision which is best for our city. There are many benefits to annexation with regard to growth and the ability to properly plan for such growth. Annexation gives us more control as a city. We do not want to rule it out without serious consideration.
I have no plans, as former mayor had no plans to increase the boundary lines. So the first rule is the property to be annexed must abut the current property, the city of Haskell line. There are no properties that want to be annexed that actually abut. The problem has been mentioned as before on Pawnee Drive. I must tell you, the water lines are all owned by Southwest Water. The city of Haskell buys water from Southwest Water. To run sewer lines and have to run that to a sewer plant and not ever get your return on your money because sewer lines cost 3 times as much as a water line does. We have no plans, and the people, they have to agree that they want to be annexed, but we have, because of the costly amount that it would be to do this, we have no plans to annex.
We can only annex land if it's in our planning radius, first of all. The planning commission will listen to any concerns and future planning that is presented to them. There are always pros and cons when you're discussing annexation, as they've said. Many of the decisions have to be made concerning the surrounding residents and their willingness to be part of the annexation. That's where I would stand, is it really depends on the residents around and our capability to meet the needs of those residents. Thank you.
What is your 4-year plan as mayor of Haskell, and how do you plan to fulfill your plan? If your plans are not legal or feasible, are they just empty promises?
I don't make promises. I will do the best job I can. My plan is simple. I plan to utilize the money that is available to the city, current fund, dedicated tax money, and grants to make our necessary improvements to our water, wastewater, streets, police, and forest. I am here to serve and provide the best service possible for our citizens.
My 4-year goal would be to see implementing replacement of our water infrastructure, installing drainage to prevent flooding, repairing the roads, renewing the city park, and cosmetic improvements to our city. If we can get the flooding under control, we can eliminate a lot of what is deteriorating our roads.
As previously discussed, we all have a plan to upgrade the infrastructure in the streets. We have a plan to search for grant monies we've got to do. We are members of the federal surplus property whereby we can acquire equipment, automobiles at a much lower price. As an example, the fire department purchased a Hummer valued at $41,000. They purchased it for $2,500, did most of the work themselves, and so for $2,500, they now have a brush truck. I have that. We are all members, the water sewer department, the fire, the police, every department is on this plan. All we have to do is look, see what they have, and we can get it at a much reduced price. I do plan to hire a part-time code enforcement officer because it is much needed. We do not have the resources at the present time to be able to keep up with it the way that it needs to be kept up with.
My 4-year plan. First, we must develop short-term, long-term goals for each department. Develop the maintenance plan for the public infrastructure. Promote long-term financial plan. Enhance the citizen communication and input, even as having more transparency. An example would be having ward meetings. Also have feedback, solicit the feedback from the citizens. We need to enhance positive community image, update our website. Again, most residents don't even know who their city council members are, so it's crucial that we have enhanced and clear communication with our residents. So that would be a huge goal in my 4-year plan. Thank you.
We are in big need of fixing our infrastructure with water and streets. In what ways do you take advantage of the grants that are out there for fixing our infrastructure so that the city can continue to grow?
My platform for running for mayor is to get the water lines replaced, update the shut-off valves, to overlay streets and clean out ditches and water drainage.
We will pursue any and all grants and funding that is available to us. There is money out there. We just have to go after it. Not unlike scholarships, the money's not going to come to us. We must initiate the effort.
I will continue to ask for grants. Most grants, when they're awarded, sometimes it's up to a year before you do get the funds. However, if you can get something that's better than nothing. I did apply, like I said, for another street aid grant for the streets. In the meantime, we do have funds in the street department where we are now looking to determine the streets that are needed to be overlaid at this time that are most needed. As I said before, 4 miles of street costs upwards of $300,000. It's expensive to buy all of that. But we will continue to look for money wherever we can approach.
This is going to be short and sweet. We need grants. We need to invest time in researching grants, actively inquire for more grants. The money is out there. We just have to go out and capture it. Thank you.
At this time, each candidate will have 3 minutes to tell us why he or she should be here.
I plan to spend a lot of time out with nice people. Be out on the job, see what goes on, and see it's done right. And if you need to talk to me, leave your name and phone number with the ladies up front, and I will call you back, and I will do the day-to-day business for you. Thank you.
I appreciate each of you who came here tonight who have shown an active interest in getting to know who we all are and what we all represent. My goal is to maintain a happy and healthy community. We are a city of people who care about our children, we care about each other, and when we work together, we can accomplish goals that we all have an interest in. The issues we face belong to all of us. It is the mayor's responsibility to look out for his or her community, to have the right team in place, enabling her or him to do so, and to hold those people accountable for the duties they have accepted as a member of our city government. Thank you.
In closing, one of the responsibilities of the mayor is to present a budget to the council for their approval. This budget is based on expected income and expected expenses for each department for the coming year. If you don't know, I'll explain this. Income for the administration department comes from franchise tax, local property taxes, sales tax for parks and police, and state turnback. The admin funds 6 different departments, which is your animal control, fire, police, that sort of thing. And it cannot be spent anywhere else. Income for the street department comes from local road taxes and state turnback monies. These funds cannot be used for anything but streets. We have the money that comes in to fund the water sewer department comes from your water payments. That's the only income that they get. They don't get any of this aid money of any kind. So it's a real challenge to take that money to pay the expenses that we do have and continue on. And I tell you this to say that whoever is elected mayor or councilman must be diligent with money management. In doing this, we will be able to move forward with infrastructure and streets.
Thank you, students, by the way. Thank you. You hear me? Thank you guys, you did a great job. Okay. Y'all good looking too, so. All right. Thank you for allowing me to come before you and to give a brief outlook for our city. Why are we here? Well, we're here to answer a huge question, and that is, how do we have a great small town community with all the comforts of home and the modern conveniences of life? How do we make that happen? Well, first, there must be transparency and accountability to the residents of our city. I want to make that happen. And I have to tell you, I am both excited and challenged. I'm excited to have the opportunity to give back to our community in such a big way. And I'm challenged because there are a lot to be done in our city. We have water issues, street issues, code enforcement issues, animal control issues, communication, and of course fighting the drug problem. But I'm a little different than the other candidates. I'm an encourager and a motivator. Also, I'm someone who sees with a wide view lens, that tries to see the big picture. I have to give credit where credit's due. My husband gave me that idea. We must think smarter, not harder. We must go lean and not waste time and manpower. We must be proactive and not reactive. It takes positive motivation to get important tasks done. Moreover, I believe with my experience as a business owner, my passion to serve others, especially in our community, it's very evident. Hard work and Perseverance is the key to being a productive leader. You see, this race really isn't about the candidates that stand or sit before you. It's really all about you, the citizens of Haskell. You deserve a more productive and efficient city. This is an opportunity for you to choose to move forward, not backward, or even continuing to stay in the status quo. Listen carefully. I'm willing to work in the rain, in the wind, in the cold, and even the heat. So when you go to the voter's box, think about who you want to work for you. Ask yourself, how can I help move this city forward? My slogan is, let's make Haskell the most desired city in Saline County to live in. It can happen. So I'm asking you, the voters, for your trust and your confidence to do the job as the mayor of Haskell. We can do better. Let's start moving forward. Vote Kelloms for Haskell mayor.
We would like to thank you all for coming tonight and participating in our election process. We hope that many of your questions were answered and you are clear on your decision that you will make when you go to the poll. We would also like to ask you to vote yes for issue 6 and help the students of Saline County further their education by creating a career center. Please vote. Thank you. Good night.